Hi, I am Pawan and this is my submission for the 1-2-Web3 hackathon. What is dearwebthree? It is a CLI tool to deploy web apps and save web pages, screenshots, and their metadata to IPFS and Filecoin using web3.storage and Moralis. It makes use of Web3 technologies like web3.storage and Moralis to deploy web apps and save the captured web page to IPFS and Filecoin. And Valist to publish the CLI tool. So along with the CLI tool, I created 3 different GitHub actions to deploy to web3.storage and Moralis, publishing IPNS name using W3 name and to capture web page and upload to web3.storage and Moralis and the demo projects regarding that. This is the CLI tool repository and its README, and now let's check the functionality of the CLI tool one by one. Let's set up the API keys for both Moralis and web3.storage one by one before running any other commands. These API keys can be obtained from the respective websites after login. Now let's deploy a React demo project to web3.storage with command dw3 deploy, and after deploying we can browse the deployed website with the URL output on the CLI. Now let's deploy a next.js application to Moralis using the command dw3 deploy s Moralis. After deploying we can check the deployed app with the URL output from the CLI. Now let's capture the web page of Valist and 1-2-Web3 hackathon and save it to IPFS and Filecoin using web3.storage and Moralis respectively. We can see the saved web page with the URL from CLI and also check its screenshot at url/screenshot.png and its metadata at url/metadata.json. We can also see the information regarding the previous deployments and captures done saved locally. For deployment, we run dw3 deployments, and for captures, we can run dw3 captures to see the recently done activities. I forked add to web3 GitHub action from web3.storage and added the Moralis support to deploy the directory to IPFS. I also create another GitHub action to publish IPNS name using W3 name service of web3.storage. These both GitHub actions can be used to get a consistent URL. Now let us initialize a deploy GitHub action. We can choose between Moralis and web3.storage as storage option and also select yes or no for using the IPNS name. If IPNS is selected to be used, a w3 name.json file is created with the name and signing key which is required in the GitHub action to publish the revisions. Now, we must set the secrets for the GitHub action. We must set the key according to the CLI for the web3.storage API key and the w3 name signing key. Now let's commit and push the added GitHub action workflows. As soon as it is pushed, the GitHub action starts and deploys the React app and publish the first revision for the IPNS name. And we can also access the IPNS URL from the deployments in the GitHub repository. I also created the captured GitHub action to capture the list of web pages from URL and save the information regarding it on a file in the GitHub repository. This can also be used as a cron job to schedule to run at regular intervals. Now let us create a new repository from scratch to initialize the capture action by selecting the desired storage option. We need to create a file containing URLs, which is read by the Web3 capture action to capture the URLs web pages, screenshot, and metadata. Also, we must set the Moralis API key in the action secrets in the GitHub. Enter the desired cron expression to schedule the GitHub action. Here we can see the scheduled GitHub actions has run and we can see the output from the GitHub action itself, and also it has saved the captured information to a saved.json file. Further improvements and roadmap. This CLI tool and the GitHub actions can be improved and enhanced further by optimizing the code and also including more storage options and adding other useful functionalities. Thank you.